Doesn't. Forget how the team was singing it, what about the ball, boys and girls? The Mineral in Belo Horizonte is a long way from being the most beautiful of the 12 World Cup venues. Lacks the grandeur of Brasilia, none of the romance of the Maracanã. It's a big, old bet. Has his arm raised, and no one can do anything before the arm drops, and drop it does. And Germany get the first of the 2014 World Cup semi-finals underway, kicking from right to left against Brazil, and immediately give the ball away. Played back to Marcelo, who won the block challenge with Closer. Oscar making a run down the middle, and Bernard as well, and one in the air by Hervedes. Maicon kept his place in the side ahead of Dani Alves, and he's found Fernandinho here, and the block challenge, has it gone out of play? Kroos with the corner. Closer in his usual position, about 8 yards from goal. Muller in there as well, and it goes back post, it's in! And Germany lead. Muller. Thomas Muller from the corner puts Germany in front. His 5th goal of this World Cup. Who picked him up? No one picked him up. And Muller scores.
Well, it's a ball that just ends up at the far post. He's totally unmarked. Unbelievable to get that kind of space at this level. Watching it come in, a decent ball, he just stays out of it, side foots into the net. He makes it look easy, but it's just about concentration. Evades everyone. Look at that tap in.
The World Cup's Golden Boot winner 4 years ago, Thomas Muller, has fired Germany in front in the 2014 semi-final. Brazil 0, Germany 1. Now, a big test of Brazilian character.
He's going to break some records because he's got oceans of space to run into.
It's found its way through Fernandinho to Toni Kroos here. Kroos through the legs, back into Muller. Muller, Closer, brilliant save. Closer scores. Historic goal. Germany 2, Brazil 0. And Miroslav Klose is the all-time World Cup record goal scorer. and Brazil have a mountain to climb in their own backyard against Germany. They're 2 down inside 23 minutes.
Stunning. They're absolutely punishing them. They look lost, the Brazilians. Down their right-hand side again, they look really strong. It comes central. They just work it nicely. Great little layoff here. Closer gets another chance. He ain't going to miss that one. It's so simple. Puts him in the record books.
That's closer's range. From 6 to 12 yards. 2-0 Germany. 16 goals in World Cup finals. He eclipses the phenomenon, as Brazil call him, that was Ronaldo. Like mere fantasy, blown apart, and it's getting embarrassing. It could be 4. It's turned square. Kroos. It's 4-0 to Germany after 25 minutes. Fernandinho caught in possession. Brazil are being humiliated, humbled and taken apart by Germany, and their supporters simply cannot believe what they have seen.
Well, it's as if without their 2 main players, it's like pulling the plug out of the bath. It's unbelievable. So unprofessional. That's a good closing down. Khedira, look at this, just gives it him back. Nice little side foot finish. It's embarrassing.
The dream, the fantasy, is well and truly dead. Germany 4, Brazil 0 in 25 minutes.
Well, it's about restoring pride now.
They might be through again here. Khedira, Ozil, Khedira, 5-0, 5-0. Absolute humiliation.
Well, that one's down to David Luiz. Absolutely no discipline. He goes charging out, leaves a great big hole to run into, and they get punished again.
Brazil scored their first in the 11th minute, their second in the 23rd, their third in the 24th, their fourth in the 26th, and their fifth in the 29th. Martin, they've scored 4 goals in the last 6 minutes.
Well, it's just truly unbelievable, and they're so patient. They wait for that chance, and then it's just a tap-in. They've been gifted these opportunities.
Incredible.
I'm afraid the dream has gone. Blown to smithereens, by the way.
Hummels has gone off, Per Mertesacker has come on, Hulk and Fernandinho have gone off, Ramirez and Paulinho have come on. Martin Keown, have you ever seen a performance like that in a World Cup semi-final?
Well, totally inept. You know, we've followed their journey all the way through. Certainly didn't expect it to end in this manner. It's about restoring pride now. Could have taken virtually any player off.
Kroos finds Boateng. Back into Mesut Ozil. Does Germany want more? Ozil. Kroos, he'll want one more. He's on a hat-trick. Philipp Lahm getting forward. Lahm can play in Khedira here. 3 in the middle. Khedira. Lovely ball into Lahm. Lahm square, and it's a tap-in for 6. And Andre Schürrle makes it 6 to Germany. And if it stays this way, it is the biggest ever victory in a World Cup semi-final.
Well, shambolic defending once more. All it is pass and move. As the boos ring round here in this stadium. Nice little pass into Lahm. Just pulls it back to Schürrle. And again, it's another tap-in. But the markings, well, totally non-existent. Look at David Luiz standing there on his heels. You've got to be marking in the box. It's ridiculous.
Still, that's a lovely little reverse ball. Schürrle, oh! Andre Schürrle, it's 7.
Stunning finish. I mean, every one of these is just Sublime football, great finish. I think the Brazilians have had enough.
Unfortunately for them, I don't think the Germans have.
They're loving it, aren't they? They just can't believe it. Shaking their head in disbelief.
Applause breaks out around the ground, which is good to hear.
Look at that for a finisher. It's like watching one of the great Brazilian teams, isn't it, yesteryear? Fantastic finish. Top corner.
In this country, they know all about good football. And the Brazilian fans who are still in this ground, and there are over 50,000 of them, I would suggest, have just... Neuer thought about coming and has retreated here. Oscar for Brazil gets one. Germans are furious, and that tells you a lot about them. The Germans are absolutely livid. They've let one in.
Well, for once, Neuer, he's not there, the sweeper keeper. You expect him to be covering. He starts to come and he goes back, and Oscar does the rest.
Well, at least it's given them something to work on before the final, because everything else has been absolutely pitch perfect. And that's it, and Germany are into the World Cup final with an incredible victory over the hosts. Brazil, thoroughly unforgivable performance. Germany, thoroughly unforgettable performance. It is finished in Belo Horizonte, the most surprising scoreline of a surprising World Cup. Brazil 1, Germany 7.
Well, we have just witnessed one of the truly astonishing victories in football history. This was not just one of the game's superpowers beating a small nation. This was Brazil, for crying out loud. Brazil hosting the World Cup for the first time in 64 years. Germany's elation is matched by Brazil's desolation. Germany are the first country to score 7 goals in a World Cup semi-final. Spain, the world champions 4 years ago, scored 8 throughout the entire competition. Brazil have gone 62 competitive games unbeaten at home before today, since a defeat to Peru in 1975 in the Copa America semi-final. Try, Alan.